You're stronger now than you ever been. You gotta leave now, it's time to catch the wind. You will climb up high and look through the clouds. And when you're feeling low, I know you'll bounce back. Oh, and just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call me. Just call me. Just call me. Just call me.
All right, we'll cut that just a little short. Could have cut it short to start. Nonetheless, welcome. Good evening, everybody. This is the Sim Racing Media Network. We are joined today for the 26th race of the Monsters of Speed Racing League. 26 of 28 races this season, a grueling one. The season is coming close to an end, and we are live here from beautiful Kansas Speedway. Excited for another great race here at this fantastic racetrack. We're here for the Wendy Jo Memorial 200. We'll go more into that in just a few. Track length, 1.5 mile oval. Track temperature, 84 degrees. A little warm, but we'll be racing into the night tonight. So we'll see that temperature drop and the grip go up for these drivers. We'll have a memorial up in a moment. However, we're going to go ahead and bring in Wes. We'll bring in Wes Fuller here so he can go over what our memorial is for tonight. Wes, Angel here in the broadcast booth. You got me, buddy?
Yes, sir. How's it going?
Wes, always nice to speak with you, buddy. We're going to go ahead and give you the opportunity just to go over, just to properly go over what we are here for the Wendy Jo Memorial so that I'm not ruining it.
Honestly, I watched this track being built from a bunch of houses to what it is today. Me and my sister went to a lot of races here, my family. I didn't live very far from the racetrack, so this place has always been kind of special. Then my sister ended up passing away in 2010 of cervical cancer, and I pretty much just have been running schemes for her my whole iRacing endeavor. So that's pretty much it. Also, before I say anything, I want to thank everybody for all the support and everybody that ran a Wendy Jo car. And yeah, that's about it.
Well, I appreciate it definitely going over it. And of course, I do know about your sister here. Thank you for, of course, allowing us the opportunity to put her name up for a memorial here. Always a great way to celebrate race fans from everywhere. And, of course, always nice when you get to grow up around a racetrack and really get to enjoy what it is. So, Wes, thanks for coming up. I know we'll have a little bit of a moment for you to get out in front of the track, in front of everybody for a moment. So we'll allow that as soon as, of course, the pace car gets rolling. And good luck tonight.
Thank you. I really want to shout out Dylan McDonald for sponsoring this race. My sister's honor. That was really cool of him to do. And yeah, we're really looking forward to this race.
Definitely big on Dylan for that. We're looking forward to it too. Have fun tonight.
All right. Thanks, sir.
All right, that was Wes. Again, as previously mentioned, this is the Wendy Jo Memorial 200. We have 200 miles, 134 laps around this D-shaped oval. You can run right around the bottom. You can go right around the high side up against the wall. Anywhere in between, you're going to see these drivers using up as much room as they possibly can. We have 17 cars out on track tonight. You will see my name come across that board there, but only because while I'd hoped to race tonight, that opportunity would not present itself so that I can be out here in the booth with everybody. Richard Gonzalez, he's going to take your pole position here tonight. Greg Wood Jr. going to start in second. Wes Fuller is going to start in third. Back in the 7th position, but of course, given the opportunity to stand out here up front for that for our Wendy Joe Memorial 200. I want to thank, of course, Waldorf Toyota for coming on board this season as well, being a big boost, and as top of that, just because you see all the race cars. For West, Ricky, Greg, Zach, they actually went ahead and put all of the the paints for the Wendy Joe Memorial. This is all the TTR guys. They're gonna drag Mark in here, of course, and then we gotta drag Dylan. I know we still got the Jimmy Strong paint on there, but again, reminder, he is the guy who went ahead and paid for this race to be sponsored and to put up the Wendy Joe Memorial as what we just typically have been doing here at Kansas. So want to thank Dylan once again for that. Thank all the drivers here at TTR, the beautiful paint schemes, and getting lined up with themselves up to the front so that we can most certainly celebrate a beautiful life of a racing fan. Richard Gonzalez, as mentioned, he was the guy to start on pole tonight. Greg Wood Jr. to his outside. I know it says green at the top. We did extend the caution by 1 lap to allow these drivers to do so. Ricky Gonzalez in 3rd. Dylan McDonald in 4th. Jonathan Cogswell in 5th. 6th belongs to James Jones. Wes Fuller, Cody Mitchell in row number 4. Row 5 belongs to Greg Wood Sr. and David Mayo. David Modespall and Zach Woods and David Modespall will round out that row number 6. Pace car is getting ready to hit pit lane. The iRacing.com pace car, that is. Richard Gonzalez, he is the man on point. He's got the field in tow, ready to go. Green flag racing. Thank you, Joseph, for joining us in our YouTube chat here once again, rooting on Dylan. And we are green flag racing from Kansas Speedway. 200 miles down, or 200 miles to go here for the Wendy Joe Memorial 200. This is the second race of this second to last round, the penultimate round for the MSRL Season 4 playoffs. Right now, you have Richard Gonzalez. He is one of our newcomers this season. He is out up front. He is on pole for tonight here at Kansas. He was definitely looking forward. Got to speak with him a little bit before the race. He was very excited to get into tonight's race. But Greg Wood Jr., he's been a bad, fast man all season long. He's got a great run off of turn number 4. You see Dylan McDonald just tagged the wall a little bit going into turn 1. Greg using that momentum to get off of turn 4 down the front stretch, take that lead from Richard. And here comes Ricky Gonzalez. I know we got Richard and Ricky Gonzalez. Well, you'll see. 17, 123, Toyota and a Ford. We got different spellings, different numbers, different manufacturers. Everything to keep them as separate as possible. Here comes Dylan McDonald looking to put 3 Fords now to the front of the field, as Jonathan Cogswell as well in tow. Greg Wood Jr. with the fresh air in front of him. He's going to have the fastest lap so far of the evening. 2 laps in. Your pole sitter now dropping to 4th under attack from Jonathan Cogswell, who is looking to hold on to that points position. He is 4th in the points, 13 points above Richard coming into tonight's race. So we'll have to see what the stages are going to look like for some of these drivers. You see one car coming off of pit lane. I'm not sure what happened to Modespall that he was forced to come down pit lane. I don't know if he had damage at one point. We'll have to go back here and see if we can find out what happened. Hold on, everybody. Looks like I made a mistake, and we'll get first. Let's get ourselves back to live, and then I will be right back. Everybody, just enjoy the racing. I gotta go ahead and fix something. I do apologize, everybody. I forgot to give our race control his own admin privileges, so give him just a moment, and we'll try to get that settled in for everybody. In the meantime, Greg Wood Jr. still your leader. Richie Gonzalez in second. Dylan McDonald in third. Richard has fallen to fourth now. Cogswell's now under attack from Wes Fuller. As we're going to go ahead and give this a try again. Hold on, everybody. All right, everybody, I do apologize. We're going to go ahead and throw a competition caution here at lap 10 to go ahead and get this resolved. So once this lap completes here, again, we apologize, everybody, for just a little bit of a hiccup, but we'll be getting through just no problem here in a few minutes. As there's only so much I can do here from my point. I'm sorry to have to come across the board a little bit. So while we go ahead and get that solved, give me just a few minutes. We'll go ahead and hit our first commercial break. Nobody will be hitting the pits here, so you see Greg Wood pulling to the bottom just so he can try to get that done. We'll be right back, everybody. Alright, I do apologize, everybody. Looks like we're still having a little bit of issues just trying to get him set up, and it is a little bit important just so we can try to get that. Let's try this one more time. Make him a direct add. I'm saying iRacing just might have broke. Hold on, everybody. We're going to try to get that. Alright, everybody, I do so very much apologize for what has been the very significant delay and iRacing simply not allowing us to do the commands that, well, we had been previously given to allow us to do that. So, give just a few. We're going to get everybody restarted here. And what has this been? Well, if things have to go wrong, I guess they're gonna just have to go wrong. We thank everybody for being patient with us and just sticking it out for just everything we had to deal with there. Driver's gonna go back green flag racing here in just a moment. We'll see if at the top of the screen this has gotten fixed up. Looks like it's fixed up. Greg Woods still at the top of the board here. He's gonna choose the outside over Ricky Gonzalez. Then they're gonna go green flag racing. All right, let's hold on just a moment, everybody. I don't know if even iRacing was coming across there. It would not. I'm looking down my screen and all of a sudden my cables have switched. Oh, but we do have a caution here now. Hold on just a moment, everybody. Word. Looks like maybe, oh, it looks like maybe West got into Raw, but then I don't know if these guys maybe just reacted to it. We'll try that again here. Oh, it looks like Greg Wood Sr. got into the wall, came down, oh, and just got into Rhett Balzer there, unfortunately. Yeah, definitely iRacing not working. My RC even messaged me saying, yeah, I've done this countless times. There's no reason why it shouldn't be working. So we're not going to go ahead and worry about that. Right now, at the very top of the board, as mentioned, Greg Woods. We'll go through this here for everybody just so you get an idea as to where your driver is now that we've gotten settled in. Ricky Gonzalez in second. Dylan McDonald in third. Cogswell in fourth. Richard Gonzalez in fifth. Wes Fuller's in sixth. James Jones in seventh. Cody Mitchell in eighth. Mark Parker, making one of his returns here in ninth, and Bill Sleep in 10th in that number 63 Ford Mustang. He changes his number to go according to his age, so 63-year-old Bill, and the number 63 will be 64, of course, for next season. Jim H. Jones, father of Jim C. Jones, who did not end up making the race, unfortunately. I don't know if he had some issues trying to get in for tonight. So he'll be looking for a victory next week at Talladega to be able to make that Final Four. Zach Woods back in 12th. Modest Ball, David there in 13th. Rhett Balzer right now in 14th. We know he had to pit that last time around possibly for some damage. Jorge Rinkin back well in the 15th position. I've been doing this for so long. I can say it in Spanish. Jorge Rincon. I know, obviously. David Mayo here in 16th. Greg Wood Sr., of course, here in the garage or in the pits trying to get his repairs done as we're getting ready to go back green flag racing. We'll have at least, looks like maybe lap 22 or 23 when we go back green flag racing. working on what we can this week as well. Looks like the lights are still on, so we'll have at least one more lap here, or at least, sorry, 2 more laps. If we have any issues on our side as well, we've been having, well, I personally here, just at where we live, having some internet issues where it's just been cutting in and out. A little difficult when you work from home. Not for me, but for Rebecca. So we're going to keep doing our best. Hope that it's enough here to make it to the end of this one. We got a long one, 134 laps, so about another 110, just more or less, to go from there. As in, we'll have now 1 to go as these drivers come across the line to, so 1 to go for the yellow flag. And the for this league, of course, they do have that opportunity to choose which lane they are going to be in. Above the white line simply means that they're going to be on the outside, and below will be on the inside. Or maybe not. Let's see which side Greg chose, or does Cogswell get to jump to the high side here? Oh, I'm sorry. No, there's James Jones. See, I thought I saw him, but over here it doesn't show the C. It just shows James Jones. I was like, hold on, there's his car. Like, I know, I thought I saw him in the session earlier. I was a little confused. So, no, good to see him. Just the middle letter that I'm used to seeing, James C. Jones. Not there. Nice to see James out here racing for sure. 2 of us are the 2 of the last originals racing, at least for the moment. That got all this started back in the Backfire Racing League a couple of years ago, where we were all just a team, and we decided to branch out, open up our own stuff, and of course this is where the Monsters of Speed Racing League has come from. Missing Bud Barnes, Josh Anderson, and James Santoyo as some of our guys as well. We're getting ready to go green flag racing here. Greg Wood up to the point, to the Geico restart zone. He's going to get a very good launch, and that will allow Ricky Gonzalez to jump right up to the back bumper of Greg. Now, you're going to see these drivers right around the bottom. That's where you're going to have the most tire saving. The outside's fast. It's fun, but you're definitely going to use up your tires if you're up there for too long. As you see, Dylan and Cogswell get right up on each other. Those 2 drivers, this season not so much, but in previous seasons have got into it a couple of times, and it hasn't always been the friendliest. Oh, and they get into it a little bit there again, but since then, of course, just good, hard racing between these 2 drivers. See, Dylan will go ahead, or sorry, Cogswell will go ahead and just let Dylan clear in front. Not going to fight him too much harder. Cogswell is just that type of driver. It says, go on by. I'll come back and get you later. As Ricky Gonzalez, he is peaking for the lead right now under Greg Wood Jr., but he's going to have to find a different way around him. The big battle right now is behind them, as you have six of these cars right on top of each other under a blanket. Ricky Gonzalez, Jonathan Cogswell, James Jones, 3 of those being playoff drivers. Then you got Wes Fuller. He's got something to race for tonight at his home track, and of course, a memorial for his sister. Parkhurst, is just nice to have him back, and you know he's happy to be back racing. Just been working, hasn't been able to come out to some of these races. And then Cody Mitchell missed last week, so he could be at Bristol and see Junior race. And wow, Maldispal back there. You saw him. I thought he was gonna smack into the wall. Good job for him. Then Zach Woods running here in the 10th position. Zach Woods had a very good, and he'll say surprisingly good, race last week at Bristol, where he just gained a ton of points and really just put himself in a very, very good position to quite possibly make the Final Four. Now, he was 3 points above Cogswell, and he was tied with Greg Wood coming into this race. So his main concern is going to be trying to gain as much stage points as possible to keep himself in front of Cogswell And in front of that 5th place car, Richard Gonzalez, who was 16 points behind. However, next week we do have Talladega, and all it takes is for any one of those drivers below that Final 4 to win and just punch their ticket to that Final 4 in Vegas for the final week. So you don't want to be the last driver there. You want to try to be a little bit further up. But man, right now it's a 3-way battle for the lead. Greg Wood Jr., Ricky Gonzalez, Dylan McDonald, 3 Fords all right on top of each other. You see Dylan, he's going to go up a little higher. You see Greg's now running that middle lane, taking a little bit away from what Dylan was racing. And then you have Ricky Gonzalez there as well. So he's going to go where Greg's not. His teammates, they can work together that way. Wow, look at the run Ricky had. Greg's going to put the slightest bit of a block on him. Ricky trying to find his way around, looking for the lead here. As Dylan's going to go to the high side. Can he keep it off the wall? Maybe this is just a kiss. But that'll be enough to get a really good run through 1 and 2. And he's going to get onto the outside of Ricky. He'll clear him as they go down here in the turn number 3. Now this battle here. Richard Gonzalez and Jonathan Cogswell once again going at it now here for the 4th position. You see Richard dive to the bottom. As now Dylan looks at sets his sights for the lead in Greg Wood. Got some more good racing going on back here. You see Zach Woods now looking to the inside of Mark Parkhurst. Parkhurst got a really good run on the outside. We'll see if he can stay there as he gets a good run to the inside of James Jones now. This would be for the 7th position. Cody Mitchell close by with his teammate as well. Greg Wood Jr. still at the top of the board. We do have a stage break at lap 35, so the next flag, whether it be a caution or I guess caution is caution regardless, but whether it be for incident or not, that will be the deciding factor as to when it does come out here over the next 5 laps. So right now, Greg Wood Jr. 2/10 up over Dylan McDonald. He is trying to point his way in to the Final 4 once again for his MSRL career. He is champion of Season 1 after having a great battle with Nathan Estep at Homestead, that race to bring it home. Jonathan Cogswell in that number 27 Ford Mustang. He was your champion Season 2. Having done so without winning a race. Actually took him until this season to finally win a race in the MSRL Cup Series. Dylan McDonald does a great job. It looks like maybe saving his tires. He has caught Greg Wood. Ricky Gonzalez is close behind. But you see Greg is taken away now, that preferred lane for Dylan. So it's going to be on Dylan McDonald to see where he's going to be able to go that Greg isn't, to try to make that pass. As you see, he's going to go to the outside. Greg is still there. It'll be a little slower for Dylan as he'll have some of that dirty air. Here comes Ricky Gonzalez to his inside now. And they're going to stay side by side. And oh, wow, Dylan smacks a wall. Oh, massive wreck there for Dylan off of turn 4. He's going to just destroy the wall. He'll take Ricky Gonzalez with him. They'll stay locked up to the outside. Everybody will go to the around on the inside, mostly to avoid it. That will be the stage break for you right there. Stage number 1 ends under caution with heavy damage there for Dylan McDonald. Ricky Gonzalez, I don't know how bad the damage will be, but we'll have to see what it is. You see Dylan, he's on the outside. He's pushing as hard as he can. Oh, and just runs out of racetrack, smacks the wall, and yeah, coming off of turn 4, it'll just shoot you to the inside if it doesn't stick you to it. And unfortunate for the two of them. Ricky would get back going, and oh, very unfortunate. While these drivers they will all be hitting pit lane. We'll give them that opportunity. However, we will be right back, everybody. We'll let these drivers go ahead and hit pit lane, hit their marks before we bring anybody in. Okay, there we go. That'll finally work again. We're going to have all the technical difficulties possible tonight, everybody. We're still going to have a good race. We've had some good racing so far. As Greg Wood Jr. is your leader, we'll go ahead and we're actually going to bring in your second place driver. We did not get the opportunity to interview him for his pole position, so we'll go ahead and bring in Richard. This is Angel here in the SRM broadcast booth. You got me? Oh, hold on. You might. Let's try this again. Richard, SRM, Angel in the SRM broadcast booth. You got me?
I do, sir.
Well, you are our pole sitter for today. Well, first, do you know where you're choosing? I don't want to screw that up.
I'm going to stay here on the bottom.
All right. Don't want to distract you from that. Pole sitter for tonight's race, Richard running in second. What can you do here to get past Greg Wood here over the next 100 laps to try to get that victory?
You know, it's just going to be patient. I just got to be patient here. Let the car come to me. I can't overdrive it. You know, just do the best I can. I mean, this car's a handful as it is, and this track's slicky at night, and it's gonna be crazy, but I'm gonna try my best here. I mean, Greg's definitely a fast driver. I mean, all these guys are. Everybody here is real good, and I just got to keep my head on and play it safe.
Hey, absolutely, Richard. That's a great way to go to think it through. Absolutely, just keep it calm, keep it cool. Good luck. Hopefully, we get to talk to you not just from pole position, but from victory lane.
Oh, that would be sweet. Thank you, sir. Hope you're enjoying the show up there.
Oh, I am. Thank you. Good luck, buddy.
Yep, thank you.
All right, pole sitter there, Richard Gonzalez, just as they are pulling into turn number 3. The iRacing.com pace car will be looking to pull off here on to pit lane as these very, very eager drivers are ready to go out there and do battle here for stage 2. Stage 2 will be completed at lap 75. However, completion of lap 37 is here. We're on lap 38 now as Greg Wood Jr. gets a great restart. Mark Parkhurst making his way back up here to the front as per his usual before he had to take his hiatus for work at the beginning of the season. Richard Gonzalez to the inside, the 23 battling the 32. Oh, 23 is going to have to let up a little bit. And here comes James Jones to the outside. He's a man on a mission. He's got to win tonight or he's got to win at Dega. He's pretty darn good at both of these tracks. He said, I'm ready to make it happen. Oh, we're going to have a slight, oh, there you go. He's back. A slight blink that will allow Richard Gonzalez to stay to his inside, though, as they continue to battle for third. In 1 and 2, the battle for 5th is behind Cody Mitchell and Zach Woods' teammates, but guess what? Mitchell also in that must-win opportunity, which could possibly be the reason why Zach doesn't make it in. So, early in the race, you have just under 100 laps to go, about 95, so it's no reason to go ahead and push it and put your teammate in a bad spot just yet, but most certainly something to keep an eye on as the night goes on. The laps keep ticking away to see where does the patience, really, where does it end with your teammates? As wow, Cody Mitchell had a really big run there in 1 and 2. 23 lifted a little bit. The 44 had to lift, but you know what? He still had a pretty good momentum to go around them. And here comes the 60 as well. I think the 23 just minding his stuff. Like he said, saving his tires where he can. Doesn't need to push it right now, so drop to 6. But he knows that with these long green flag runs that we've been experiencing here in the playoffs and just most of the season for the MSRL Cup Series, where, hey, you got to find a way to save those tires. Last time around, James Jones and Father James H. Jones had their fastest laps of the evening. The only two drivers doing so here on that last lap. The fastest lap of the evening so far looks to be that of Ricky Gonzalez back in the 10th position. Was your leader at one point. I believe that is correct. Yes, he had a 31.15, slightly faster than Dylan McDonald at a 31.18 and Greg Wood at his 31.19. Cody Mitchell, Zach Wood just put down their fastest laps of the day as they continue to battle there as teammates. We go back here where Jorge Rincon and Dylan McDonald continue to stay on top of each other close. As you see, Dylan's getting side drafted by the 28. 28's going to stay high. He's still going to have that good momentum on the outside there off of 4. Going to try to stay right with Dylan. Oh, wow. Dylan pulls a slide job right in front of him. He'll pull right back down. He said, no, wait a minute. I know you've got that pretty good run. But Jorge's actually just going to go ahead and pull off. Says, hey, you're a playoff driver. I'll let you do what you want to do there. Bill Sleep just quietly minding himself back here in the 12th position. We'll give a shout out to Bill for what has been so far just a fantastic season, to say the least. I say that because last year Bill Sleep had all of two top 10 finishes, and this year has significantly. Now, yes, we have 14 more races. However, if you do the math, just maybe you want to double it. That really does only equal 2 or 4. However, this season alone, he's taken such a big jump. He was up to 15 top 5 finishes this year. So he's had a great leap from just last year to this year, making the playoffs, making the round of 8. Just a great job that Bill was able to do there. The last time before that, Dylan McDonald did have that fastest lap, the 31.14. This time, a 31.15 is out there. 3 wide through 1 and 2 with Cogswell and Ricky. And it looks like Dylan will have the good run. He's going to get past, Cogswell, and he's to the back bumper of Wes Fuller, but to the front right now, James Jones, a man on a mission. Lap 45 of 134, so we have just under 90 to go. Now 89 laps to go, and he's all over the back bumper of Greg Wood as well. And, you know, these two drivers have also had a little bit of history in seasons past, but right now driving each other plenty clean as there's still plenty of this race to go, and, well, their championship hopes up in limbo. As that battle for third stays strong behind him between Parkhurst Woods and Richard Gonzalez. But, man, the battle for first and second, I mean, there's great battles all throughout. You see right here, there's 4 cars on top of each other. This is actually probably the perfect time to go to a turn it up session. So we'll be right back, everybody. Make sure if you've got headphones on, you just turn it down a little bit. It will get loud. We're going to jump to Parkhurst because he's got himself a great view of this battle for first and second. It is just James Jones goes one way, and then Greg Wood's going to go the other way. James Jones stays behind him. He's still with him the entire time. Look at them gripping that wide line, and Parkhurst staying right with them as it is just a tight battle. Boy, he's just got to be loving. Come home Friday night after work. He's got an opportunity to jump right in and watch the leaders just do battle here at Kansas Speedway. What an exciting race that we are experiencing right now between really all these drivers, but just the start of this race. They'll calm down a little bit, it looks like, for just a moment. Everybody's just going to go ahead. Oh, Dylan looks like he's in the wall a little bit in 3 and 4. And Ricky said, oh, no. I've seen this before. Please stay over there, especially off of turn number 4. We are past that 1/3 of the way mark here in the race. Once again, if you are watching on YouTube, be sure to like, share, subscribe, whatever you have to do to get those bell notifications running. You know, we've got not just the MSRL Cup Series here on Friday nights, but so much action that goes on throughout the rest of the week. All different types of racing, dirt, road, oval stock. Oh, Dylan's real loose back there. Did he save it? I don't know if he was loose or just trying to make a block, but wow. Look at this. Look at these drivers right on top of each other. The 7-27 and 38-44 trying to find his way into the picture as well. Boy, this is some good action. Now Greg Wood able to pull away from James Jones. Maybe James Jones' tires starting to lose up a little bit as he had to make his way to the front. Here comes Mark Parkhurst. That was a little bit of an issue for him last week at Bristol. And of course he admitted, just no time for practice, so he doesn't know a way to even practice to save the tires there. Wasn't prepared for it. So Parker's going to go move up to second here at Kansas for the moment. James Jones falls to third as Richard Gonzalez and Zach Woods continue to do battle here for fourth. And right behind there, of course, Zach Woods, you see Ricky Gonzalez. He's looking to make his way now past Zach for that 6th position. Now they're settled through. We'll go through the field here. Greg Wood Jr. from Hagerstown, Maryland. Mark Parkhurst in Enfield, New Hampshire, that number 32 Chevrolet. Richard Gonzalez and James Jones battling for third. We'll say Richard's going to have it for the moment as they cross the line. He is from Massachusetts. James Jones, as I mentioned, one of the original drivers for, before the league was just a team. Tucson, Arizona, if I'm not mistaken. I think he just moved, so we're going to get that updated for you there, James. Zach Woods moves here into the 4th position from Winfield, Pennsylvania. Ricky Gonzalez, he's now looking to make his way past that 45 with James Jones. Cody Mitchell in his Ford Mustang as well, now under attack from Jonathan Cogswell. Cogswell from Plainfield, Indiana. Wes Fuller from, his hometown of Maryville, Missouri, but of course he was, I don't know how far that is from here, but he was talking about really how close they grew up to the racetrack and just the opportunity to come here as often as they did. So he's currently running in the 9th position, the number 28, Jorge Rincon in the 10th position, making his way out to us from Igualus, California. David Mayo running in the 11th position from Citrus Heights, also from California. So 2 of our California drivers in 10th and 11th. Jim H. Jones in his number 10, taking over the 10 from his son James, who really had raced it most of this season. Modaspal there in the number 1 Ford Mustang in his Wendy Jo Memorial themed race car from Montoursville, Pennsylvania, running in 13th. Rhett Balzer just kind of minding his own back here in 14th in his Ford, exactly where he started. Bill Sleep also exactly where he started back here in 15th from Oseo. Not sure exactly where that may or may not be. Greg Wood Sr. in 16th. Looks like Dylan McDonald is actually going to be out of the race here tonight. So he's went ahead and parked it for the evening. Of course, only one faster pair for these drivers in this race. Let's see if he's still here. And we can pull him in. Dylan, this is Angel in the SRM broadcast booth. You got me, buddy?
Yeah, I got you. How's it going?
Oh, nothing much. Decided to go through the field and see. You had to park it a few laps ago. I'm sure you had to use a fast repair after that first incident. You smacked the wall pretty hard. Any insight here into what happened this one?
Yeah, same thing. I mean, coming off turn 4, got to the wall just a little bit, and I could feel the tail in the right side just being mollywopped. So I kind of was behind the bullet on that, and then coming off turn 2, I just got back at the gas, tried to keep it off the wall, and got a little bit loose and pancaked the right side. So decided just to say, screw it, park it. Optional damage was just a little bit too much for me. So, I mean, I didn't have high expectations for this track here tonight. So, I mean, it's a draft track. You need buddies to help you go around. So, I'm not that type of person. I don't like draft tracks. I don't like plate tracks. So, just give me a driver's track and we'll be all right.
Oh, hey, I understand the frustration, but it's nice to have that win in your back pocket now, isn't it?
Yeah, you know, it is nice having that win at Bristol last week. I've been waiting for this race all season. I mean, for it being Kansas, and I know how special it is to Wes. You know, every league I get into, with Kansas on the schedule, Wendy Joe's name will be on it. So just glad that I got to be a part of it and show him some respect for his late sister.
Yeah, it's always, it's typically one of those you're right, there's tracks that you can really, really enjoy, but when you don't have, 25 cars, then at that point, you're right, it really, really does become dependent on how, what kind of drafting help you can get to try to get past, because it is just hard to pass a track like this.
Yeah, I mean, same with whenever I finally got around Ricky. I mean, me and him, we were talking here and there. Told him pretty much, I'm just riding, I'm just saving, and he had lost some momentum going down the front stretch, so I got to his outside, and once I got around him, it just took me forever to try to make a run on Greg, and whatever line I wanted to run, Greg knew and put his car up there. So obviously, being the lead car, you got all the clean air, you can put the car wherever you want to be, and that kind of creates the mayhem for the guys behind you. So yeah, Greg was in the perfect spot over me. So
yeah, sometimes it simply does work out that way, unfortunately. Well, Dylan, like I said, at least you've definitely got that. You've got the win in your back pocket. We'll get to see you at Vegas, which also means you get to go into to Dega next week, and well, just go out there and have fun.
Gotta think about it. Maybe you might need some help in the broadcast booth up there. I don't know. I'll race and broadcast at the same time. I'll be like the Clinton Boyer on the SRX. We're on the air.
Well,
it's just having fun, man.
No, of course. I'll be out on track back again for Dega. We're definitely good minimally for next week, but I say that only because I'm excited for Dega and for Vegas. We're gonna have 2 good races. So thank you, Dylan, for coming in, and go relax, enjoy a Friday evening. Got one more Friday to enjoy before we got a real good fun one set up for October the 6th there.
Fishing for a little bit and then come back and start running laps at Vegas, get this car dialed in. So
hey, that sounds like fun. I had a pole there this season, so I'm gonna go ahead and have to get pole. So everybody else can start behind that, but I'll have to try that again.
Yeah. All right, buddy.
See you, Dylan. Have a good night.
Thanks, man. You too.
Always a pleasure to get to talk to one of the drivers. Unfortunately, now out for this race. But as he mentioned, it's one of those where you can push a little harder, but also just all right, yeah, you got that win in your back pocket, so you're good to go for the next one. No reason to fight that much harder here for the end of this one. Just go out there, as he said, go do some fishing and come back and put some practice laps for the race that matters. Definitely one of my favorite tracks, but you know what? Greg is also, if I'm not mistaken, his favorite track. And when you give a driver like Greg his favorite track as a championship race, definitely somebody you're going to have to be worried for. But I mean, the way he's racing today, got a 1.75 second lead over Mark Parkhurst in second, and then it's another second back to Ricky Gonzalez in third, another 1.2 seconds back to what is your current 4th place battle between Zach Woods and Cody Mitchell, as they just have not found a way to separate themselves, as they just have battled their way through the field doing so together, but hey, they have made it work here right now. This is exactly what Zach could hope for. We are now 5 laps away from the stage break, so if a caution were to come out now or anytime within the next 5 laps, that will end the stage. Zach Woods will continue to try to fight as hard as he can to stay in front of Cody Mitchell for every bonus point he could possibly get. Mitchell wants some extra bonus points, having had missed last week. He's hoping he doesn't have to win his way in, but more than likely he's going to require him to win his way in either this week at Kansas or next week at Talladega to be able to make that Final Four. Zach Woods, in the meantime, again, on what it was such a great race last week for him at Bristol, allowing him to move into that Final Four, and really at this point just not necessarily play it safe, but just play it smart. Go out there, get as much points as you can. Don't push it where you don't need to. Take yourself out of the bad situations. Make it to the end of the race, and that's all you can hope for, to have yourself, hopefully, a spot in the Final Four, which Zach was. We talked about a couple weeks ago when the playoffs started. It was his goal to get to the top 8, but you could tell he had just that confidence that he could really fight hard for that Final Four, and you know what? It's very much showing right now as he continues to do battle with his teammate there for that 4th position. It is now just a few laps away from the stage break. Greg Wood Jr. in a league of his own right now, as he is 2 seconds in front of Mark Parkhurst. Ricky Gonzalez is right there on Parkhurst, ready to catch him. So I think Parkhurst has found a way to save tire, but you know, again, without the rest of the practice laps to help him out, he's definitely gotten delayed a little bit more. 2 to go here for the stage. Right now, we're going to jump to the back because Wes Fuller, he holds that final 10th position there for an extra point, and that's something that the driver behind him, Cogswell, could really, really use. And also a big shout out to Jim H. Jones. He's having himself a nice race, currently running in the 9th position, looking to have himself a pretty good finish. And hey, you guess.
Angel? Hello?
Can you hear us yet, Angel, in the SRM broadcast
Oh.
booth? You got me?
There you are.
Oh, I think my internet's still coming back in and out. Stage 1 and 2 winner here. Looking to have a dominating day. Not gonna lead the field off of pit lane, but what do you got to do to put it together here over the final just over 50 laps?
Choosing this time, guys. Just keep it consistent. Arrow blocked the rest of the field, and Parkhurst forgot to click his tires, so it should be easy pickings to get back to the lead and just set sail.
I was wondering. It didn't look like he took any tires, but we weren't going to say anything there. Greg, we got a lot of drivers here, some not in the playoffs, some in the playoffs. Are you able to find just that middle ground of racing them hard and at the same time of just trying? I know you've been out in the lead, but what if you were to get into the back of the field? Where do you find that middle ground?
Ground just being, I know the defensive lines and the offensive lines here and how to run the difference. Kansas is one of my best tracks, so I think I can maneuver them pretty well, but I don't plan on being back there at all to even have to deal with it. So that's the plan.
That's definitely one way to do it. We see the lights are off and you guys are lined up. We'll let you go. Good luck, and we'll see if we're talking to you here at the end of the next 55 laps.
All right, sir. Thank you.
All right, and that was Greg Wood, your Stage 1 and Stage 2 winner. As it was mentioned, the lights are off on the pace car, and we are ready to go. Greg Wood, Ricky Gonzalez. It was like, Parkhurst decided to come back down. So you have lost his, lost all of that great track position he had, having been all the way up to second. I don't think it's just the mic. I think everything's trying to go haywire for us here at this point. But right now, the racing is not. The racing is through wide. I know we saw just a little bit of a connection issue coming in and out. We'll get this here and there. See, these drivers are lined up all the way around. Look at this, 3, almost 4 wide. You see Parkhurst may have just tagged the wall there coming off of turn number 4, as it is just a blanket. But these top guys trying to keep a single file. But, man, these guys in the back, it is a slugfest. David Modestball tags the wall a little bit in 1 and 2, but it looks like he should be just fine to keep on going. Oh my goodness, you see West get a little bit off of the wall. He should be all right to keep on going there. Oh, Modestball red balls it, man. I know Modestball thought about getting under Jorge there, just did not have the room, was not clear with Rhett, and now he's just gonna get stuck almost as, man, they are just on top of each other back there, but still some great battles here. Look at James Jones looking, the 44 and the 45 battling hard for third right now. Oh, Cody's gonna push up a little bit off the Ford. James is going to get the run, get to his inside. Zach Wood's going to get to the back bumper, the 45. And these guys, they're still battling hard. I'm telling you, we're in that final stage, just 50 laps to go, or just over 50 laps to go. And look at this, 3 wide, Wes Fuller, Mark Parkhurst, and Jonathan Cogswell. Can they all keep it? Of course they're going to keep it. They're doing a great job. Parkhurst, however, says, oh, no, I'm going to back out. I don't need to be 3 wide right now. I'm just minding my business right now, trying to just find my way through some of this traffic, as it is just difficult when you are around some of these drivers that you just either have not had a chance to race with too much, or it's just chaos. And right now, James Jones to the inside of Cody Mitchell. He'll see if he learns a lesson a little bit on trying to save some tire. Zach Woods, David Mayo, he's up to the 6th spot. Haven't had a chance to talk about him too much today, so he's doing a great job now making his way up. Jim H. Jones as well, now up to the 7th position. Rhett Balzer, he's currently fighting hard for 8th with your pole sitter, Richard Gonzalez. These guys have somewhat calmed it down, just somewhat. As you see now, Ricky Gonzalez is just 2.5 tenths behind your leader. Cody Mitchell just had his fastest lap of the day at 31:28, 31:23. However, for Wes Fuller that time around, also his favorite, his fastest. I'm sorry. And then Rhett Balzer in the 31:49 range for that last time around, his fastest as well. You see a lot of that. Wow, Zach Woods, fastest lap of the session, a 31:14. He is a man on a mission as well. I think that should tie, what Dylan McDonald had. Well, it's actually more. We get this certain little notification here, light that says fastest lap of the session. That goes to that number 60 Ford Mustang of Zach Woods. And here we are, still probably 10 laps into this run. But the main thing is we're 88, almost 90 laps into the race, where these drivers are really feeling more comfortable trying to push harder. And you see Zach Woods go right around the outside there. Cody Mitchell, Cody's gonna let him by. He said, well, you got the fastest lap, just go on by me, I got nothing for you. As Cody did just have his fastest lap that last time around, a 31:26, as he's now under attack from James Jones. As here it is, Ricky Gonzalez, he's got himself an opportunity under Greg Wood. Can he hold it, though? Greg gonna get right to his right rear quarter panel. It's not gonna happen. They're still side by side here, coming off of turn number 2. Those beautiful looking race cars drive deep here into turn 3. Somebody looking for the lead. And what is this? Wendy Joe Memorial 200. Ricky's gonna have to back off and find a different way around Greg Wood. Greg said he's going to try to make it as difficult as possible for anybody to get around him, and he's going to use that aero push to his advantage. That's exactly what the 44 has successfully done with the 45, as he's kept him behind him. And then Wes Fuller, his fastest lap of the day at 31:16. Actually, the hearing over the radio, they may have made slight contact, but they should be just fine. I'm wondering if Greg Woods is maybe just trying to save his tires as much as he possibly can here, because the pack is as close as it's been. I mean, they were 2 seconds over that long run the last time. And here comes Zach Woods. Ricky clears for first. Is he going to try to clear himself in front of the 78? Honestly, he had the run. I think he could have. But out of respect to his teammate and the playoff driver, he'll just give him the space where he wants it here. As Greg Wood right back to the outside, going to power around that number 7 Ford Mustang of Ricky Gonzalez and easily take back the lead. As he mentioned, he would, should he end up not in the lead anymore. Zach Woods now looking for a second position here. Zach is just having a great playoffs right now. Has truly stepped it up and saved the best for last, as he is looking to punch his ticket to that Final Four at Vegas. As we switched it up this season, different from what is the norm. Modest Ball and Bill Sleep, they're having themselves a fun battle right now for the 12th position in each of their 2 Ford Mustangs. Two drivers who typically race very clean, and when you race them, got them racing against each other, makes for some fun racing as well. We'll jump back to the top of the board. Ricky got the lead away from Greg. We just missed it. And then Greg lost second as well. So you see, Ricky just simply, he's able to stay right with him. He's got a pretty good run off the turn. Just drives it in deep into turn number 1, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. And Greg, he's back to his outside. Here to send us a little too far back. We just want to get a good view of the pass for the lead. Don't know if Greg pushed up some, but we'll have to go back. We're not going to worry about that right now, because we just have too good of racing going on. As Greg Wood's teammate Greg Wood Jr. and Zach Woods, his teammate, are side by side. I probably only made that mistake once or twice, but of course they're battling side by side when I do now, as we come to 40 laps to go here in the Wendy Joe Memorial 200. Zach's got the great run on the outside there of Greg Wood, exactly what he needs. Gotta remember, winner of this race, if they're a playoff driver, they punch their ticket automatically to Vegas. Exactly what Dylan did last week, and you saw. All right, I'm good. I made it on. I don't have to worry about it. I got involved in an incident. We'll just keep on going. No problem whatsoever there for the number 38. Any one of these other playoff drivers would love to do the same. Specifically, Cody Mitchell, James Jones, who are running in 4th and 5th. They need wins to make it here, as they both missed last week's race. So they'll be looking for a victory tonight, of course, or at Talladega next week, as that'll be the cutoff for that Final Four for the championship. These drivers continue to make their way through. We will have at least one more set of, or one more stop for the pits here, where everybody will need to get a set of tires and fuel. So before we get to that point, as we are now reaching just over 35 laps to go. Again, looks like Greg Wood Jr. has taken back that second position from Zach Woods. So now he'll put his eye there on Ricky Gonzalez. But in the meantime, we'll take another short break and we'll be right back, everybody. Or at least we'll see if it works this time around. All right, we are back, and as we join you, we have 34 laps to go in the Wendy Joe Memorial 200, race 26 of the 28th season for the Monsters of Speed Racing League, brought to you this season by Waldorf Toyota, also located in Maryland, along with your about to be possible leader, Greg Wood. Looking to it. Ricky gonna put the aero bumper, as we're gonna say, to him right behind. He's just gonna push all that dirty air onto the 78. Oh, excuse me, and keep him from taking the lead just yet. West did clear Zach for third, so he'll be looking to make his way up here to the front pack with these drivers. Greg's got a great one. Here comes James Jones and Mark Parkhurst. They'll be the first drivers coming down pit lane. They'll do so with 33, now 32 laps to go in this race. We'll have to see who leapfrogs, which one of these other playoff drivers decides to do so. David Mayo, he's making his way down pit lane now in his RC Cola number 08 Chevy Camaro. Rhett Balzer were also joined, as Mark Parkhurst and James Jones are looking to make their way off of pit lane. And I'm wondering, did James Jones have a penalty, because he is still in his pit box, and that might spell the end of the day for James Jones unless we can get a caution at just the right time. But boy, look at this. We've got a battle for the lead. Greg Wood Jr. has found his way to the outside, possibly, of Ricky Gonzalez. Is he going to use that to get a big run? Can Ricky put the block on him? Ricky's not even going to put the block on him. Greg's got too much of a run here. He's just going to have to let him go on by. Put Greg Wood to the top of the board as he's going to go ahead and cut down in front of Ricky. I know they're teammates, but the question is, are they discussing when they're pitting over that Discord chat, or are they going to still wait for it? Try to use something up their sleeve. Here comes Richard Gonzalez as he makes his way down pit lane. I say one driver who's having an unexpectedly just bad race is Jonathan Cogswell right now. Currently marked in 9th. However, he has not come to pit lane. A lot of these drivers do. I don't know if he just had damage, something. Oh! We have one car down on the apron. Looks like he's just fine, though. That was Greg Wood Sr. That was Bill Sleep. He said he's coming down pit lane now as well. Yep. He'll pit from the 8th spot. So Greg Wood back to the lead now with 3/10 of a second lead over that of Ricky Gonzalez. Wes Fuller has not really been able to do much since getting past Zach Woods when it comes to chopping down some of that time and that distance between him and the leader, Greg Wood. Right now, Greg Wood, Ricky Gonzalez, Wes Fuller, Zach Woods, Cody Mitchell, Jorge Rincon, Jim H. Jones, and Jonathan Cogswell. So far, you're only 8 drivers still on the lead lap as both the 78 and the 7 are loose there. Are the drivers who have yet to make their way down pit lane. Now, the big thing on why it's, some of these drivers pit when they did, trying to maybe just split this up in half, maybe trying to short pit a little bit, is that you're gaining all this time by having pit early. For example, that last time around, there was about a second, between a half a second to a second difference. It's not a ton, but hey, every lap, that's what you are losing out on. It's like James Jones actually decided just to stay on pit lane there, and he might be done for the evening. So he'll definitely be looking forward to our next race at Talladega, where he hopes to be able to pull home the victory there. I personally have broadcasted him winning a race at Talladega. I won't be doing it next week, so I know maybe he wishes I was, just for a little bit of a good luck charm. But we are coming down here to the final 25 laps of this race for the Wendy Joe Memorial 200. I guess James Jones just sent me a message, something he feels like he's giving himself a DQ after an incident trying to come down pit lane, where he looks like he just says he thought he hit his button, but the command didn't come through that he was pitting in. So not sure if it affected anybody in specific. So, but that would be the reason why James Jones decided to call it quits for tonight's race out of respect for the other playoff drivers as well. We'll have to see, when does Greg Wood, Ricky Gonzalez, Wes Fuller, your top 8, when do they come down pit lane? Wow, Richard Gonzalez is going to put down our first sub 31 lap of the evening, a 30.99. That is 2/10 quicker almost than your next person. Unbelievable. 10th and a half. Oh boy, some just mighty fine, good racing that we have experienced here. Just waiting to see here to the end of this one. Can Greg Wood Jr. manage to hold the rest of the field off? We'll have to see. Is everybody else gaining enough to, last time it's the second difference right now. So, but the thing is, when Greg Wood comes down pit lane, he's going to be much faster than everybody else. And here it is, Zach Woods, Jorge Rincon, they're going to come down. Actually, I think Jorge just came down that previous time. And here comes Zach Woods. You see Cogswell. No, he had not pit. Richard Gonzalez was the The first one to pit was actually David Modespal, lap 100. He's only 1.5 seconds behind Richard Gonzalez. Parker's pit 3 laps before Richard Gonzalez. And then Zach Woods is making his way off pit lane now. So, and I know it was a pretty big difference. It looks like Richard is more than likely going to take 7th from him. But the time it took for, more than likely, I'll see Zach being able to catch him over the next 20-some laps. We'll have to see what that difference in time looks like. Greg Wood Jr., Ricky Gonzalez still staying out here. Looks like no plans to come down pit lane just yet. Definitely for sure, nobody can make it to the end. It's all going to be all about how quickly they can get on and off pit lane. Jim H. Jones, he's also not made his way onto pit lane. However, he's enjoying himself a pretty nice night here in the 5th position. Zach Woods is now 3 seconds behind Richard Gonzalez almost. We'll have to see how much he's able to catch him and at what kind of pace that would be, as well as Parkhurst in front of him. The battle for the lead continues to rage on strong. It looks like Greg Wood's making his way down pit lane. Don't know if he announced it. Ricky had to dodge him. Wow. Cody Mitchell's going to stay out. Wes Fuller's going to stay out. Jim H. Jones. So 4 drivers, not 3. Only one of them in the playoffs. If you look at your top 5, the only ones who have not pit. 2 of them not in the playoffs. Cogswell just had himself a bad evening, so he's looking for a Hail Mary tonight to try to win tonight's race. Here comes Ricky Gonzalez, Cody Mitchell, Wes Fuller. Jim H. Jones will make his way. We'll have to see Cogswell makes his way as well, or does he want to at least get a lap led and get that bonus point? And I think it's exactly what Cogswell's going to do. Oh, Jorge Rincon had a big run behind him. All right, where does everybody filter back out? Richard Gonzalez did filter back out with the lead. Oh, was Greg Wood speeding coming to pit lane? He is still in his box 49 seconds later. Your dominant car today with issues coming to pit lane. Unbelievable. But my goodness, it's so, I say unbelievable. I have lost probably 3 races at Kansas because of my inability to hit pit lane. And Greg is one of the best at it. He's always reminding us, make sure he got everything set the right way. So it's just the struggle of what is. Oh, Richard coming back down pit lane. I don't recall why. He did not top it off or something. But here comes Cogswell. This puts Zach Woods currently in 2nd and in prime position now. It looks like he was in his pit box for 10.45 seconds. So I wonder if he took right sides to put him in this position here. Right now, he'll be the guy in the catbird seat as we are waiting to see what Cogswell will do. And you see Wes Fuller looking to get himself take away one of his, or get his lap back. I apologize. He is only 1 lap down. Zach Woods 20 seconds behind Cogswell now as we have come down to 14 laps to go. Cogswell is hoping for any chance for a caution here as in these coming laps. See Parkhurst right here. He pit 10 laps after Zach Woods or before Zach Woods. So even with 4 fresh tires, it might not be enough to be able to even catch Zach. David Mayo having pit as early as he did. He's up here in 4th. Modespal up here in 5th. So you're going to see a lot of these drivers, however, with fresh tires coming. So we'll have to see where does that filter them back out. As you see, Greg Wood Jr. will be trying to make his way through the field as best as he possibly can. Jorge Rincon, he had his fastest lap the previous time, and then Greg Wood Jr., a man on a mission himself, puts down a 31.09, a blazing fast lap, trying to make up as much time as he can. Hoping to maybe be just the first car one lap down should a caution come out, or even go out there and get his lap earned back if he can. 12 laps to go. Jonathan Cogswell, currently your leader, the man, the catbird. See, oh, here comes Cogswell. He's making his way down pit lane. So here comes Zach Woods. Yeah, Zach's definitely faster than Parkhurst by a long shot. Parkhurst is just, again, he pit 10 laps earlier than him and maybe even pushed it in those laps. So he's just struggling to get around. See, Greg Wood, he's got fresher tires as well than David Mayo, so he gets past him. Jorge Rincon as well, in looking for a pretty solid finish right now, running in 4th. Cody Mitchell in 5th. See, Cogswell will just jump all the way down to 9th. As Cogswell makes his way off pit lane, gonna filter back out for the moment in the 11th position. We'll see if he's got enough tires to be able to try to catch Jim H. Jones. I don't think so, though, because the gap will be well over 3 seconds. And Jones came out pit himself on lap 117. We'll have to see what happens here for the actually, did Ricky, I completely forgot about Ricky Gonzalez, and he also got a penalty coming down pit lane because he was on his pit box for even longer than Greg Wood Jr. So your two leaders at the time, but battling, pit lane woes is going to put Zach Woods to the top of the board right now with a 4-second lead over Mark Parkhurst. Jorge Rincon right now in 3rd, Cody Mitchell in 4th, David Mayo running out that top 5. And right now, Bill Sleep and Jim Jones battling for a good 9th place finish maybe. And Bill always finding his way still back up there. We'll jump back here to Zach Woods in that number 60 Ford Mustang. Of course, an SRM, a local as we might call him, just one of our, of course, broadcasters here with the Sim Racing Media Network. So he's got our logo happily plastered there on the quarter panel of his Ford Mustang. Your top 3 drivers all started outside of the top 10. Unbelievable. What we're talking about earlier, Dylan saying, "Oh, this is a track position," and well, the top 3 drivers right now didn't even start in the top 10. That could change right now though, because Cody Mitchell is currently Jorge Rincon is currently under attack from Cody Mitchell. As you see, Richard Gonzalez pulling off to the side and allowing these two drivers to do battle as lead lap cars. Now down to 6 laps to go for that number 60. We'll jump back over here to the fun battle that is for 3rd. Currently the only battle on track. Everybody just a little bit separated through. Cody does have the fresher tires. Jorge's got about 6 or 7 lap older tires, and wow, Mitchell got the good run off of turn 2. He'll slide his way right up there in front of Jorge. So now 3 of your top 4 drivers did not start in the top 10. Mitchell started back in 8th, and he's trying to make his way through where he can. Oh, here we go. Cody Mitchell now has caught Mark Parkhurst. However, with 5 laps to go, I just think it's a little too late for Cody Mitchell, who pit 5 laps after Zach and did look like he took 4 fresh tires, but He's 7/10 quicker, but he's not a second faster. You'd have to be over a second a lap faster to be able to catch him, and that's just to catch him. That's not to pass him. And I'll tell you this much. You're not going to pass him on that final lap. We'll keep going through the field here, see if we've got any more battles on track, but looks like everybody has mostly kept their distance from each other. We're now down to 3 laps to go here for the Wendy Joe Memorial 200 at Kansas Speedway. Greg Wood Jr. here, he comes flying off of that turn. He's trying to still at least get to the lead lap. Should a caution come out over the next 2 laps, he's looking to earn his lap back the hard way here on teammate Zach Woods. 2 laps to go here for race number 26 of the MSRL Next Gen Cup Series. Greg Wood Jr., he is getting his lap back after having sped coming down pit lane. Now Jorge and Mark under a good battle for third. We'll jump back here to the leader for just a moment. White flag here at Kansas Speedway. We'll jump back to the battle for third. As exciting as it is, Jorge and Mark stay right side by side for that. Cody is coming. Zach has just got to cruise his way through 3 and 4. Zach, I almost have tears in my eyes. I get to call it. Zach Woods wins at Kansas. He punches his ticket to the Final 4. Unbelievable. Zach Woods is going to come in here, and he just takes the victory away from everybody. Unbelievable. We got to get him in here immediately. I gotta hear this. Zach Woods.
Oh, hey, how's it going?
I have tears in my eyes for you, buddy. Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh.
Let it out.
Oh, there's never a race I've wanted to win more than this one. Oh my gosh.
I pulled you in immediately. I don't even
know.
Give me the emotion.
Oh my gosh.
Burn it down! Burn it down, buddy!
There's not a race I want to win more than this one, and I just know that. Oh my gosh, I don't even know what to say. Oh my gosh. All right, let's park so I can actually talk. Oh my gosh. I can't believe it. Oh my gosh. Oh, you gotta bear with me. Oh. I've lost, I don't know how many races, and just so many different ways I could wind up losing one, and it all just kind of I can't believe I'm here. It all just kind of fell in my lap today, and oh my gosh, it's so special to be here and to get this done. And I've for everybody that might not know, just trying to wrap myself together, Angel. I'm sorry, this is the worst interview ever.
Zach, I pulled you in immediately because I wanted nothing but emotion. I want you to remember this forever. It is enshrined forever on the internet, and I wanted the emotion to go with it. So you please, you let out everything.
All right. Well, oh my goodness. Well, I guess we'll start off with. I'm so thankful that God has gifted me with the ability to do iRacing, and
Amen.
I try so hard to bring in good sponsors and good partners. And today we were all racing in honor of Wes's sister, and I let myself dream a little bit today, Angel, about
it's hard
getting the first one here at this track, and I know it means so much to Wes, and I'm so thankful for Wes and all the guys over there at TTR and Rage, and they've made me so much better than what I actually am, and I cannot believe it that it all sort of fell in our lap today. I know Greg and Ricky, they were racing really hard there and got bit on pit road, and I almost did too, and it all just fell in our lap today. And I started this thing 3 years ago with David, and it's just something that we've been trying so hard to do, and I've raced 3 years here on iRacing. This is my first ever league win, and thank you for Christian iRacers and all of your support. And I know I'm racing some Racing Media up here today. It's the Wendy Joe paint that I got, and oh my gosh, I guess I'll let you talk.
I have nothing to say. Zach, I really don't have anything to say. You've left me speechless as a broadcaster. That doesn't happen.
You're
gonna go back.
We're racing for a championship. Oh my gosh!
What did I tell you? I told you.
I had goals for this season, and I wanted to finish 5th to 8th in points, and
You're finishing 4th no matter what.
I know, and I had really lofty goals, and kind of like icing on the cake goals, and I wanted to be able to either win a race or make the Final Four, and now we're going to do both.
I told you, you're going to go out there, you're going to win that race, and you are going to put yourself in the Final Four. You're going to do both of them.
Oh my gosh. I want to thank Christian iRacers and Sim Racing Media and all my friends over at TTR and Rage, and oh my gosh, I can't believe it. This is all for His glory. I'm so thankful that God's given me this gift to go out here and to meet new friends and race real hard. And I'm so thankful. I'm done talking. Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
And we'll do one little extra shout out for Tony, because you know Tony would have. I hate this. I hate that Tony didn't get to be the one to do it, but
yeah.
He was with us tonight to do it, man. Zach, I'm so happy I got to do it. Oh, I wanted to race so bad, but this was worth it. Oh man, Zach, I'm so happy for you, buddy.
All right, thank you, Angel.
Oh man, all right. We have other people we got to interview, I think.
Yep.
Oh my goodness, Zach, don't go anywhere after this one, please.
Yep.
All right. Wrong person. There we go. Try this again. There we go. We got the right person this time. Cody! This is Angel here in the SRM broadcast booth. You got me, buddy.
Yes, sir. What's up, man?
Wow. It's, of course, emotional. Everybody's just ecstatic as can be here for Zach to get his victory. But Cody, no less for you. You kind of needed this win. I know you're there trying to fight as well. Teammates are happy, but here you are, still a little bit on the outside looking in. But this is going to be a big day for you, points wise, to at least help you comb Talladega.
Yeah, I kind of put myself in a bind by watching Dale Jr. race at Bristol last week.
Don't worry, I mentioned it for the broadcast. At least everybody knows you had a darn good reason to miss it.
Oh yeah, I couldn't miss out on that. But I was trying to catch Zach. I mean, I love him, and if I were going to lose to anybody, I'd want it to be him. But I mean, you could see the last 5 laps because I had 4 fresh tires. I was pushing it, and if I didn't hit the wall, I think maybe it could have been a close one. But I just hit the wall too hard with about 3 to go and killed what momentum I had. But I'm happy for him. Glad he got the first win. Kind of selfishly, I wish it were me.
Well, considering you really did need the win to get in, I feel what you mean there on that one. But man, what an exciting one, and so many crazy things happened here at Kansas. And well, Cody, now that your teammate has the win, sounds like you guys are gonna have to have some TTR work at Talladega to go ahead and maybe put yourselves in that Final Four as well.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go out there next week and give it all I've got, and hopefully put that thing in victory lane. If not, I mean, I can't say it was due to a lack of effort. Just, coulda, shoulda, woulda. Maybe if I didn't miss Bristol last week, we'd be saying a different thing, but you never know.
Exactly. Hey, you never know. But hey, you got to see Junior race one last time at Bristol. I got to see Jeff race one last time at Darlington in 2016, covering for Junior. So you know what? We take those and we enjoy them all we can.
Absolutely, it was well worth it.
Oh yeah. Well, congratulations, Cody. Still on a second place finish. A nice way to carry some momentum here into next week. Good luck, and we'll see you at Talladega.
Thanks, man. Another first to loser.
Hey, I have plenty of those. Don't worry.
Our
Good luck.
time's coming.
There
See
you
ya,
go.
buddy.
Exactly. See you, buddy. Jorge Rincon is going to make his third place finish known here. Unfortunately, not in Discord with us to get the interview for tonight's race. We'll go over the finishing order for tonight. Zach Woods, as previously mentioned, and with the great pleasure. Pulling up qualifying. Hold on. Zach Woods, winner for tonight. Cody Mitchell in second. Jorge Rincon in third. Parkhurst comes home in fourth. Wes Fuller in fifth. David Mayo in sixth. Jim H. Jones with his first career top 10 in the Monsters of Speed Racing League. Rhett Balzer in eighth. David Modespall comes home in ninth. And Bill Sleep, top 10, number 16 of the season. Jonathan Cogswell will finish 11th. Greg Wood Jr. and Ricky Gonzalez with their own issues on pit lane. Richard Gonzalez, having to make his way back to pit lane a second time as well, would finish 14th. James Jones and his issue in 15th. Greg Wood Sr. in 16th. Dylan McDonald rounds out the field to start the race, back there in 17th. What an exciting finish. So very happy, of course, for one of our own here on the Sim Racing Media Network to get his first victory and do it on the Sim Racing Media Network. We'll see you guys next week from Talladega. I will get to be back in the car. I believe we'll have one of our broadcasters up in the booth broadcasting that race. We'll see if I get to be next up on the board next week at Talladega. Thank you, everybody, for watching tonight. Another big shout out, of course, to Dylan McDonald for the sponsorship and for the Wendy Joe Memorial. The blessing there for Wes as well to come home in the top 5 in his sister's memorial race. And as always, the biggest shout out all to Waldorf Toyota for allowing us to do this. Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you next week.